Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Little Chapel of Faith. My name is Tina. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. We have platforms on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. If you're on any of those or all of those, please like, subscribe, and share. We are here with the readings from the Diary of St Faustina. So let's begin. I will say a word more about spiritual director Father Andres or Father Sabochko. It is strange that there are so few priests that know how to pour power, strength, and courage into a soul that it can make constant progress without getting tired. Under such direction, a soul, even a lesser strength, can do much glory for the glory of God. And here I discovered secret, namely, said that the confessor, or rather the spiritual director, does not make light of the trifles that the soul brings to him. And when the soul notices that it is being controlled in this, it begins to exert itself and does not omit the slightest opportunity to practice virtue, and also avoids the smallest faults. And from these efforts, as little stones, there arises within the soul of a most beautiful temple. On the contrary, if the soul notices that the confessor neglects these little things, it likewise neglects them and ceases to give an account of them to the confessor, and worse still, will begin to grow negligent in little things. Thus, instead of going forward, it gradually retreats backward, and becomes aware of the situation only when it has already fallen into some serious trouble. Here, a serious question poses itself. Who is at fault, the soul in question, or the confessor? That is to say, the director. It seems to me that all the blame should be put on the imprudent director. The soul's only fault is to have taken upon itself the choice of a director. The director could well have led the soul along the road of God's will to sanctity. The soul should have prayed ardently and at greater length for a director, and should have asked the Lord himself to choose a spiritual director for it. What begins in God will be godly, and what begins in pure humanly manner will remain human. God is so merciful that in order to help a soul, he himself chooses a spiritual guide, and will enlighten the soul concerning the one before him, who it should never uncover the most hidden depths of a soul, just as it sees itself before the Lord Jesus himself. And when the soul considers and recognizes that God has been arranging all this, it should pray fervently for the confessor, that he might leave the divine light to know it well. And let it not change such a director, except for a serious reason. Just as it had prayed fervently and great in length in order to learn God's will before choosing a director, so too should it pray fervently and at great length to discern whether it's truly God's will that he leaves when he leaves the director and chooses another. If God's will is not absolutely clear, he should not make this change, for a person will go far by himself. And Satan warns this: to have the person who is aspiring for sanctity direct himself because of them, without doubt, he will never attain it. I think we're going to leave it there, actually. Let's start something new here. So we're going to leave it there for today. I'm struggling a little bit with eyes. Some days are great, and some days are not. Today's not. So we're going to leave it there. I'll try to read more tomorrow. Until then, I hope you all you're having a beautiful day. Be well, be safe, be kind to each other. May God bless us all.